people say they should just, they just want our benefits and stuff. No, they just want to live.
Through the pipeline, the people who are leaving Guatemala know what they're up against when they get here.
And they still come.
They still come.
Right.
So there's another separate issue, which is that there's no, there are millions of jobs in agriculture that people want to be hired, right? But there's no large enough visa guest worker program. So what that does is it creates an underground economy, and they don't have. So they have, and of course they go after the vulnerable people. They don't go after the employers. It's always go after the poor.
The words of Emma Lazarus, as engraved on our Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. How beautiful you are. Thank you for coming.
Okay, now we're going to do something to commemorate and honor folks. So we're going to do something called presente. So we are going to call somebody's name out, and then we're going to state some facts about them, and then you will all respond presente. Can you say that with me? Presente. And you can raise your light if you would like to when you say presente. Does that make sense? Yes. Roger Rayson, a 47-year-old man from Jamaica.
Presente. Osmar Epifano Gonzalez Gadba, a 32-year-old man from Nicaragua.
Presente. Sergio Alonso Lopez, 55 years old.
Presente. Melissa Ramirez, 29 years old, shot to death by Border Patrol.
Presente. Claudine Ann Luera, 42 years old, shot to death by Border Patrol.
Presente. Nikki Enriquez, 28 years old, shot to death by Border Patrol.
Presente. Unidentified person, shot to death by Border Patrol.
Presente. Jacqueline Ami Rosemary Calmaquin, a 7-year-old girl indigenous to Guatemala, died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Felipe Alonso Gomez, an 8-year-old boy indigenous to Guatemala, died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Unidentified man, 45 years old, died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Unidentified man, 40 years old, died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Unidentified person killed by Border Patrol.
Presente. Unidentified person killed by Border Patrol.
Presente. Wilmer Josue Ramirez Vasquez, a 2-year-old boy from Guatemala. Wilmer died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Carlos Gregorio Hernandez Vasquez, a 16-year-old boy from Guatemala. Carlos died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Unidentified man, 33 years old, died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Unidentified woman, 40 years old, died in Border Patrol custody. Presente.
Travis James Eckstein, 23 years old, a U.S. citizen shot to death by Border Patrol.
Presente. Unidentified man, 52 years old, died in Border Patrol custody. Presente.
Unidentified girl, a 10-year-old girl from El Salvador, died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente. Juan de Leon Gutierrez, a 16-year-old boy from Guatemala, died in Border Patrol custody.
Presente.
Thank you very much. This is only part of what has transpired, but it is indicative of what we have been living.